Mrs. Johnson is 74 years old, living under the warm Florida skies. Her mornings once began with gentle walks, each step steady, each breath filled with peace. But lately, something has changed. Her legs have grown weaker, heavier. At night, she's plagued by cramps so sharp they steal her sleep away. She thought it was just the toll of age, the slow unraveling of time. But the truth is, her struggle wasn't simply the mark of growing older. Hidden in plain sight, tucked right inside her fruit basket, was something that could ease her pain. Weak legs, restless cramps, that heavy, dragging feeling in your calves. These are not just normal signs of aging. Research shows that more than 60% of adults over 65 battle with them regularly. And yet, so many could ease that discomfort, even reverse it, simply by choosing the right fruits. That's why this video matters. Today, we're going to uncover simple, everyday fruits that can restore strength to your legs, improve circulation, and reduce those painful cramps that keep you awake at night. But first, let me ask you, have you ever felt your legs betray you, giving out right when you needed them most? If you have, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Here at Health Guide 365, we read every story, every comment, because this is more than a channel. It's a community. And before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because every week we bring you practical, science-backed tips to keep your body strong, steady, and healthy. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's ahead. Now let's talk about a fruit that often goes overlooked. Jackfruit. Some folks see it as nothing more than a sweet tropical treat. But this fruit hides an impressive secret. One that could help your legs feel lighter, stronger, and more stable. Jackfruit is loaded with potassium, a mineral that keeps your muscles balanced, preventing them from tightening into painful knots. Researchers at Harvard have shown that diets rich in potassium can lower the risk of cramps and weakness by up to 40% in older adults. That's why jackfruit isn't just food, it's protection wrapped in nature's skin. Take Robert, a 68-year-old retired bus driver from Texas. Walking too far left him doubled over with calf cramps. Nights were the worst. Sudden spasms jolted him out of bed. His doctor discovered his potassium levels were low. Instead of relying only on pills, Robert added jackfruit to his weekly diet. Fresh when he could, frozen or dried when he couldn't. Within weeks, the cramps faded. His energy grew steadier. His wife teased that he was walking like a man 10 years younger. But potassium isn't the only gift jackfruit carries. It's rich in vitamin B6, which strengthens the communication between your nerves and muscles, making sure your legs don't feel numb or weak. A study by the National Institutes of Health found that seniors with higher B6 intake reported better coordination and fewer tingling sensations in their feet. And then there's the fiber. Jackfruit's high fiber content supports circulation, ensuring steady energy and blood flow to the legs. So how do you add it into your day? If fresh jackfruit isn't available, buy it frozen or canned in water, not syrup. Blend it into smoothies, toss it into salads, or roast it lightly as a side. The key is consistency. A few servings each week can help rebuild the strength and stability in your legs. If jackfruit could bring relief to Robert, imagine what it might do for you. And trust me, the next fruit will surprise you even more. When people think of plums, they picture a sweet summer snack. Few realize these little purple gems carry powerful benefits for your legs. Like jackfruit, plums are packed with potassium. But what makes them special is how quickly that potassium works to regulate muscle contractions. The Mayo Clinic has found that potassium-rich diets can cut nighttime cramping episodes in seniors by 35%. Meet Janet, a 71-year-old grandmother from Ohio. She loved her garden, but after just half an hour, her calves would tighten until she had to stop. She thought arthritis was to blame, but her doctor explained it was potassium deficiency. Janet swapped her afternoon cookies for 2 plums. Within a month, she could garden longer without cramps. Even better, her blood pressure improved, thanks to the potassium boosting her circulation. But plums offer more than minerals. They're rich in polyphenols, antioxidants that protect blood vessels, improving blood flow and easing that heavy, tired feeling. A study in the Journal of Nutrition even found that seniors who regularly ate polyphenol-rich fruits had stronger bones and better circulation. How do you enjoy them? Fresh when in season, sliced into cereal, or simply eaten as an afternoon snack? They're sweet, natural, and quietly strengthening your legs with every bite. And while plums may impress, the next fruit does something entirely different. It doesn't just fight cramps, it helps your legs feel lighter, especially under the summer sun. When summer heat sets in, many older adults notice their legs feel heavier, weaker, or cramp more often. One overlooked culprit: dehydration. And here's where cantaloupe steps in. This orange, fleshed melon is almost 90% water, making it nature's answer to hydration. According to the CDC, dehydration is one of the leading causes of cramps in seniors. Cantaloupe restores lost fluids while delivering potassium to keep muscles working smoothly. George, a 73-year-old retired mechanic from Arizona, loved evening walks. But in the summer, his legs dragged like lead, and sometimes cramps forced him to sit on the curb. His daughter suggested more hydrating fruits. George began eating chilled cantaloupe every afternoon. Within weeks, the cramps eased, his energy returned, and his nights grew peaceful again. But hydration is only half the story. Cantaloupe is rich in vitamin A and carotenoids, which protect muscles from oxidative stress. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition linked carotenoid-rich diets to reduced muscle weakness in older adults. That means cantaloupe doesn't just refresh, it strengthens. Enjoy it sliced, blended into smoothies, or paired with mint and berries in a cooling summer salad. Think of cantaloupe not just as fruit, but as a gentle support system for your legs, keeping them strong even when the sun is at its fiercest. And if you think that's impressive, the next fruit isn't a fruit at all, but a drink athletes and older adults swear by. After a long run, athletes often reach for sports drinks. But there's a natural alternative that works just as well, sometimes better: coconut water. Coconut water is packed with potassium, magnesium, and sodium, the exact trio of electrolytes your muscles need to recover after sweating or exertion. A study in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology showed coconut water rehydrates as effectively as sports drinks, without sugar or chemicals. Its secret lies in its potassium, often higher than in a banana. Potassium prevents spasms, magnesium relaxes muscles, and sodium restores what's lost through sweat. Together, they stop cramps before they start. You don't need much. Just a cup after a walk, gardening session, or workout. Drink it plain, mix it with fruit juice, or freeze it into ice cubes for smoothies. Think of coconut water as more than hydration. It's fuel, restoring balance and strength with every sip. Now, let me ask you, have you ever tried coconut water after exercise and felt the difference? Type 1 in the comments if you have, or 0 if you haven't. And don't forget to subscribe, because the next fruit isn't just tasty. It actually improves blood circulation in your legs. When you think of avocados, maybe guacamole comes to mind. But this creamy green fruit is a true powerhouse for leg health. Avocados are rich in potassium and magnesium, the dream duo against cramps. According to the National Institutes of Health, seniors who consume more magnesium experience far fewer nighttime leg cramps. Take Linda, a 69-year-old from New Mexico. She loved line dancing, but cramps forced her off the floor. Her doctor explained her magnesium was low, and circulation wasn't great. Linda began eating half an avocado 3 mornings a week. Within weeks, her cramps vanished, and she danced with newfound energy. Avocados also fight sarcopenia, the age-related muscle loss that affects nearly 1 in 3 people over 60. With their unique blend of minerals and healthy fats, they slow that decline, helping you stay active and independent. Eat them mashed on whole grain toast, tossed into salads, blended into smoothies, or simply sliced with a little salt. A few servings a week can change the way your legs feel and function. And now, let's talk about the fruit most people already know, but underestimate: bananas. Simple, familiar, but powerful. Often called the anti-cramp fruit, Bananas are one of the easiest ways to protect your legs from spasms. One medium banana provides about 10% of your daily potassium, ensuring muscles contract and relax smoothly. Athletes eat them before and after exercise for quick energy, and seniors can benefit just the same. Frank, a 72-year-old retired firefighter from Michigan, loved fishing. But standing for hours left his calves cramping. His doctor told him, "Eat a banana before you go." Frank tried it and soon the cramps faded. He stayed longer on his feet, enjoying his time at the lake again. Bananas also carry vitamin B6 for nerve, muscle communication, reducing tingling and numbness. And because they're low in sodium, they support heart health while fueling your muscles. Slice them into cereal, blend them into smoothies, freeze them for a natural ice cream. Bananas are versatile, affordable, and effective. But here's the truth: as powerful as these fruits are, true leg strength doesn't come from one food alone. It comes from the daily habits you choose. And that's where the story widens. Most conversations about nutrition focus on vitamins and minerals. But leg strength, real lasting strength, requires more. Protein, omega-3s, collagen, creatine, these aren't just nutrients. They're tools for independence, energy, and vitality. Protein, the foundation as we age. Muscle mass declines. Climbing stairs feels harder. Standing up takes effort. This is sarcopenia, muscle loss affecting 1 in 3 adults over 60. Protein is the answer. It feeds your muscles, preserving their strength. One amino acid, leucine, acts like a switch, telling your body to build muscle. Without it, your legs weaken faster. Aim for protein at every meal. Eggs, fish, lean meats, dairy, or plant-based options like lentils and quinoa. Omega-3, the inflammation fighter, joint pain, stiffness, swelling. Often the hidden work of inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids found in salmon, sardines, and fish oil don't just mask the pain. They calm inflammation at its root. They also improve blood flow to the legs, ensuring muscles and nerves receive the oxygen they need. Better circulation, less discomfort, stronger legs. Collagen, the framework. Every step you take depends on collagen, the glue that binds joints, ligaments, and tendons. But collagen fades with age. Collagen peptides, especially when paired with vitamin C, help rebuild that framework. Stronger knees, more flexible ankles, less pain, more movement. Creatine, the energy reserve. Often misunderstood as just a bodybuilder's supplement, creatine is vital for older adults. It fuels muscle cells with quick energy, helping legs stay strong even during fatigue. Think of it as a battery for your muscles, recharged with every serving. Together, these nutrients don't just prevent weakness. They restore vitality, giving you the freedom to move, to live, and to stay independent. Every time you rise from a chair, climb a flight of stairs, or bend to lift something from the floor, your muscles call upon a hidden reserve of energy. That reserve is creatine, an unsung hero that helps regenerate ATP, the very spark that fuels muscle contractions. It's like having a backup generator quietly humming in the background, ready to power your legs when you need them most. But time has a way of dimming this generator. As we grow older, our natural stores of creatine decline, and with them, our ability to move with quickness, strength, and confidence begins to fade. The consequences are subtle at first. Legs that tire faster, walking speeds that slow, and balance that wavers when it once felt unshakable. Yet here lies the remarkable truth. Creatine is not just another supplement. It is one of the most researched, most proven allies we have against age-related muscle decline. When paired with even modest resistance training, creatine breathes new life into weary legs. Study after study, including powerful meta-analyses, shows that seniors who supplement with creatine gain more than just muscle. They reclaim walking speed, shorten their chair, rise time, and rediscover leg power that many thought was gone forever. And here's the extraordinary part. Even in those who are frail, sedentary, or unable to engage in rigorous exercise, creatine offers a lifeline. It helps preserve a baseline of strength, a reserve that can mean the difference between independence and reliance. But creatine's story doesn't stop at muscle. By strengthening the pull of muscle against bone, It indirectly bolsters bone density, an invaluable shield against fractures that so often result from falls. Stronger muscles, stronger bones, greater confidence. That is the gift creatine provides. Unlike nutrients that take months to reveal their worth, creatine often delivers within weeks. Seniors describe walking with renewed vigor, rising from chairs with less strain, and even experiencing an almost forgotten sense of capability. And it is simple to use. The most common and trusted form, creatine monohydrate, requires no complex cycles or loading phases, just 3 to 5 grams each day, stirred into water or a morning smoothie, ideally with a meal for absorption. Side effects are rare and mild, often limited to a brief phase of water retention that soon balances out. And those long-standing fears about kidney health, study after study has laid them to rest for healthy adults. In truth, creatine remains one of the safest, most effective, and most affordable allies we have in the fight against decline. Glucosamine is not glamorous. It does not dazzle with quick effects or carry the reputation of a miracle cure. Instead, it has quietly stood the test of time as one of the most respected and researched nutrients for joint health. Think of it not as a painkiller, but as a craftsman, providing the raw materials your body needs to rebuild and preserve cartilage, connective tissue, and joint fluid. With age, cartilage thins, joint fluid dries, and the once smooth surfaces of our knees, ankles, and feet grow rough and inflamed. The result is stiffness, pain, and the grinding wear of osteoarthritis. But glucosamine steps in like a mason repairing cracks in a foundation, slowly, steadily, reinforcing what time has weakened. In study after study, especially in its sulfate form, glucosamine has proven its worth. It not only reduces joint pain, but slows the progression of cartilage loss, particularly in the knees, which bear the brunt of our weight with every step. But do not think its benefits stop there. The smaller joints of the ankles and feet, so often overlooked, gain relief too. What sets glucosamine apart is its stabilizing effect. It does not simply mask pain like a quick fix. It works from within, fortifying the structure of the joints themselves. Patients often report a quiet transformation: less cracking, easier bending, more fluid movement, and confidence in daily activities that once felt daunting. Paired with chondroitin, the results can be even more encouraging, but glucosamine alone remains a powerful ally, especially when taken early, before damage becomes severe. The dosage is simple. 500 milligrams of glucosamine sulfate daily, often split into smaller servings with meals. The effects take time, sometimes 4 to 8 weeks before they are felt, but patience is rewarded with steady progress. And while generally well tolerated, those with shellfish allergies must proceed with caution, as some formulations are derived from shellfish shells. Thankfully, plant-based and synthetic options are now common, offering safe alternatives. Glucosamine is not a quick fix, but for aging legs it is a steady hand, a patient builder, a slow but lasting solution. From the golden spice turmeric comes curcumin, a compound long treasured in Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine, and now celebrated worldwide for its remarkable anti-inflammatory and antioxidant powers. This is not myth. Modern science has confirmed what ancient wisdom long suspected. Curcumin is a formidable ally against inflammation, pain, and the wear of time. For older adults, particularly those facing osteoarthritis, tendon irritation, or the relentless ache of chronic inflammation, curcumin can feel like a gift from nature itself. At the cellular level, curcumin goes to work where few natural compounds can. It interrupts the inflammatory cascade, calming enzymes and signaling molecules that fuel swelling and discomfort. Unlike traditional NSAIDs, which often come with harsh side effects, curcumin soothes without punishing the body. In clinical trials, it has even matched ibuprofen for pain relief in arthritis patients, yet with a safer profile, gentler on the stomach, kinder to long-term health. For legs weary with stiffness, for tendons inflamed from overuse, for the stabbing pain of plantar fasciitis, curcumin brings relief and renewal. But its power doesn't stop with inflammation. Free radicals, those unstable molecules that silently damage muscles and nerves over time, are also neutralized by curcumin's antioxidant shield. This is critical for seniors at risk of nerve damage, neuropathic pain, or the creeping numbness of circulatory issues. Still, one challenge has long followed curcumin: its poor natural absorption. Yet science has risen to meet this obstacle. Today, enhanced forms like curcumin with piperin, phytosomal curcumin, and nano formulations have unlocked its true potential. Taken in doses of 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily, improvements often emerge in just 4 to 6 weeks. No magic bullet, but a steady, visible shift toward comfort and resilience. Water, my friends, is the simplest of all medicines, and yet it is the one most often forgotten. Picture your muscles as sponges, your joints as hinges, and your blood as a river. Without water, the sponge dries, the hinge rusts, and the river slows. For seniors, dehydration doesn't just bring thirst. It brings cramps, fatigue, confusion, and legs that feel like they've been chained with invisible weights. Staying hydrated is not merely about quenching thirst. It is about keeping circulation alive, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the muscles and nerves that carry us each day. Experts remind us, 8 glasses is a baseline, but fruits, vegetables, teas, and broths all count toward this silent yet profound medicine. Think of hydration not as a chore, but as fuel for vitality, one sip at a time. The human body was never designed for stillness. Our ancestors walked, climbed, and bent each day, their lives tied to motion. Yet today, many of us sit more than we stand, and the price is steep. Muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and blood flow slows to a crawl. Movement, even the smallest kind, is medicine. Studies show that something as simple as a brisk walk, 10 or 15 minutes a day, can improve circulation, ease stiffness, and keep balance alive. Resistance exercises, whether lifting weights or using simple body weight, rebuild strength, reminding muscles that they are still needed. And stretching, gentle and mindful, keeps tendons pliable, preventing the rigid pull that so often leads to pain. It doesn't require marathons or gyms. It requires consistency, patience, and the will to rise from the chair and keep the body in motion. Sleep is not just rest, it is restoration, the quiet hours when the body repairs what the day has worn down. For seniors, sleep often becomes shallow, broken, or shortened, but in those lost hours of deep rest, the body misses its chance to restore muscles, strengthen bones, and balance hormones. Aiming for 7 to 8 hours is more than advice. It is a prescription for longevity. A cool, dark room, free from distractions, invites the kind of sleep that truly heals. Establishing a rhythm, going to bed and rising at the same time each day, teaches the body when to surrender. And here's the beauty of it: quality sleep doesn't just ease fatigue. It reduces inflammation, sharpens memory, steadies mood, and gives weary legs the strength to walk again with confidence. Food, in its simplest form, is information for the body. Every bite tells your cells how to act, how to heal, and how to age. Yet too often, we fill our plates with foods that inflame rather than nourish. For aging legs, nutrition is more than fuel, it is repair. Lean proteins rebuild muscle fibers torn in the strain of daily life. Healthy fats keep nerves insulated and joints lubricated. And colorful fruits and vegetables, rich in antioxidants, fight the free radicals that quietly age our tissues. Calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, and potassium form the very backbone of strength, supporting muscles, nerves, and bones. This is not about dieting. It is about choosing foods that sustain life, meals that whisper to your body, you are cared for, you are supported. Its stress is a silent thief. It steals sleep, weakens immunity, and batters the body with hormones that inflame muscles and joints. And yet, stress is not always about dramatic events. It can be the small daily weights, the anxieties, the loneliness, the noise of the modern world. For seniors, reducing stress is as essential as movement or hydration. Deep breathing, meditation, prayer, even gentle hobbies like gardening or walking outdoors. They all quiet the storm within. Social connection, too, is medicine. A conversation, a laugh, a moment of shared silence with a friend or family member releases more healing power than most realize. Stress may never disappear, but how we respond to it can transform not only the mind, but the body itself. And so we come to the heart of it. Aging is not the enemy. It is a journey, a season of life that can hold strength, dignity, and grace. But it demands attention. Our legs, our joints, our energy, they are not lost causes, they are waiting for us to care for them again. Creatine, glucosamine, curcumin, hydration, movement, sleep, nutrition, stress reduction. These are not luxuries, they are tools. Tools that return independence, tools that let us walk without fear, rise without strain, and live without surrender. The science is clear, the path is laid before us, but the choice remains in our hands. Each step we take toward these habits, each day we choose care over neglect, we reclaim not just mobility, but the freedom to live fully. My friends, the legs may grow old, but with wisdom, they need not grow weak.